Hi, Jim Kohikawa, U.S. Geological Survey's Hawaiian Volcano Observatory. I'll do a quick summary of what's happening. Vents 8 and 16 have reactivated. 22 and 13 are still the main southbound channels going into the two ocean entries, although that has been quite weak today. The biggest producer is Vent 7, and from Vent 7 there are two main channels. The north channel goes towards PGV property, and the south channel will turn around and go south, possibly making a new ocean entry sometime in the next day or two, if it continues. The PGV, the lobe that went towards PGV stalled early this morning about 6 or 7 o'clock. It was relatively stable for most of the day, and then it started to reactivate with new lava from Vent 7 about the middle of the afternoon, or a little earlier than maybe about lunchtime. I was very slow beginning, but the lava flow did start to advance again, and that's why we're not there physically, and our drone team was pulled off just before to do another commitment. So we don't know exactly where the lava flow is on Pad E that you were asking about, but we do know that the flow is advancing across Pad E from basically west to east. There is another lobe of that flow that is going to the northeast, north of Pu'uhonua'ula, and it is making some progress towards Highway 130, which is on the other side of the PGV property. At the summit, we have had almost continuous emissions of ash, with one event that went up to about 10,000 feet around noon. The summit is still deflating. The lower east rift zone is quite stable in terms of expansion and earthquakes. Gases in both areas, gas emission rates are quite high in both areas. I think our figure is up to 3 times what the initial gas emissions were for the lower east rift zone fissures. And even at the summit, emissions are still quite high. Any questions?
Can you tell us about Fissure 24?
Oh, yes.
Is there no lava coming out of that?
The news star. Fissure 24 was noticed this morning. It was actually a rather slow output. It was going into filling a pre-eruption crack in Leilani Estates. It was certainly well overshadowed by Vent 7 and the big fountains there, which achieved almost a 200-foot elevation above the ground. It's been very dramatic. You can actually see that fountain very clearly on our one of our East Rift Zone cams. It's called a PG cam. But Fissure 24, we don't expect it will probably last very long. It was very slow beginning. Sorry. No. And
did lava come out of that?
It did, but it was kind of pasty, and it just flowed into a crack that wasn't more than about 100 yards away. And the crack was pre-existing, so it was a fairly wide crack. Any other questions?
Fissure 7, any estimate on a number of the amount? Sorry, yeah, down here, an amount coming out. At what rate?
It's a tough area to be in. We don't go up on the flow up to the channel because of the danger that there may be a little overspill or something that might trap us up there. So we're staying, on the pre-eruption ground, getting what we can, views and angles and things to try to determine, for example, the lava fountain heights. But no, we so far don't have an estimate. I think we had one 3 days ago. It was just for the area covered by lava, which was about, as I remember, 3.4 square miles. I'm sure it's larger now. Any other questions?
Is there an estimate how far the lava from flow 7 is to Highway 130?
No, she just asked that, I believe. Did I? Yeah.
132.
Oh, 132.
Yeah.